Let's bring in our senior White House correspondent, Garrett Haake, who's been listening along with us. Garrett, I'll let you summarize.
Well, Kate, a couple of the most notable things here, starting on foreign policy. The president's evident frustration with Vladimir Putin bubbling over in the use of a vulgarity, suggesting that while he's had pleasant conversations with Putin over the last several months, they have amounted to nothing. The president saying he will resume shipments of defensive weapons to Ukraine and that Putin is not doing enough to end this war. He denied having knowledge or responsibility for the stoppage of the shipments of those weapons, suggesting there are more questions to be answered there about exactly what was going on at the Pentagon. On the other major conflict in the world right now, Israel's war in Gaza, the president said that Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister with whom he dined last night, will return to the White House today to resume talks on Gaza. The president and his Middle Eastern envoy, Steve Witkoff, saying that there'll be meetings in the Middle East this week and that they think it's possible they'll have a ceasefire to announce between Hamas and Israel that could last for 60 days or more. And then on tariffs, the president's favorite tool for almost any issue, the president denied having changed the date of the deadline for his tariffs to snap back into effect. Those originally, he said, in April, set to go into effect tomorrow. He signed an executive order yesterday pushing that date to August 1st. The president saying that there had been no such push. The order is signed. It shows that to be the case, and suggesting that he's basically done negotiating, that he'll be sending letters to some of America's trading partners telling them what the tariffs will be, including the European Union, and suggesting there are still more kind of unrelated tariffs that still could come on pharmaceuticals, on copper, and on a group of nations known as the BRICS, developing countries that he says are working to undermine the United States. So a wide-ranging event here from the president, still ongoing, but I think those are probably the three largest news-making topics we've heard from the leader of the free world today.
And just to go back to the flooding in Texas briefly, Garrett, what do we know about this potential plan to go visit from the president?
Well, the White House has been trying to find an appropriate date to visit the disaster area. This is always the case with White Houses. A visit from the president soaks up a ton of resources that local officials need. And so it sounds like Friday was the earliest date that the president can go and visit with first responders, show that he cares about the region without sucking up needed resources for rescue and recovery. The president praising the work of first responders, of Texas authorities, and using his Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to talk about the response and how it fits with his desire to slim down or ultimately eliminate FEMA, the federal disaster agency, something that is not really set to go underway until after this hurricane season, but that's been a topic of much conversation given the federal response that's already taking place to the disaster in Texas.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.